shit. Hashtag random shit. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Rodney's Leaving. And, fuck you, dude. He's gone. We love him, kinda. Is he gone for real? Really, seriously, fuck him.
Gone.
He's gone. Ricky's still here, at least for one more video.
What's up?
He's trying to stick it out. He's tired as well. We had these late showings, you know.
I was excited all week for this.
Yeah, if the Northman hasn't came out yet, a review on that, which it should have by now, damn it. Either people didn't send me pictures so I can make a thumbnail, or I'm a lazy piece of shit, but it should be out by now. Yeah, like we had a late night and everybody got tired, and Tyler came over for just the Northman review since he went to the movies with us, and now only 2 remain, which is kind of cool. I've had done a couple Monday Mayhems by myself, and I end up talking about like some real deep shit usually.
It's like the old UFC fights. You had to fight like 3
Yeah.
times.
Yeah, dude, you
There's
just
2 remaining.
yeah, you just got to keep going. Did y'all see that form? I'm gonna go get my nunchucks. Dude. Let's spice this up. No, I'm just playing. I'd knock everything off. You were like, fuck it, let's do it.
He talks about his nunchucks a lot.
I do, dude. My chucks are numb. I used to think it was called numb chucks.
What are we
I thought
doing,
people
Brandon?
got beat up.
Tell us
Oh,
what
I was
we're doing.
hoping you knew what we were doing. Yeah, just anything and everything. Do you got anything to talk about? Like, you know, spiritual stuff or just funny stuff or how-to journeys and anything
Yeah,
and
sure, let's do
everything. We talked about
Let's start with.
scalping people earlier. Unless you wanna, yeah. What are you
I
trying
haven't
to do?
scalped anybody for a while.
Yeah, it's been a minute for me too, dude.
So yeah, let's talk about spiritual.
I saw Nurse Betty, dude, and after I saw Nurse Betty, I was like, I gotta try that. It's not
interesting.
fun.
It's interesting.
You seen that
Nurse
movie?
Betty's alright.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
It's
One
not
dude
bad.
gets scalped.
Yeah,
I was like,
sure.
I've got to try that out. It's not fun.
I like it.
Yeah, I haven't done that.
But never
Let's
mind.
go.
I passed on what I was going to talk about. What about you, bro?
No, dude, you're in it now. I mean, you can do it. You can do it if you want to. I got a couple goofy things to talk about.
All right, how about this, man? My spiritual advisor. So like
Let's
I'm sitting
go.
here and I've come to a point in my life where I write down every resentment I have, whether it be a person, place, or a thing.
It's awesome.
And then I also write down my fears, and I write down like my relations, like harms. How many people have I harmed, whether it be sex or just like friendships or whatnot. And I didn't even get to the latter 2 because my spiritual advisor told me that I needed to write down more resentment.
Again?
Yes.
You told me about that.
I'm
He's
salty.
He's
Yes.
testing you,
I
dude.
told him,
There's
I said,
no way
basically,
around it.
You just you're on the resentment list.
Dude, that's what I was about to say. I was like,
Put
what if
himself
what if that's the twist? He's wanting to see. He's just like, and you've just added me. He wants you to go off. So you'd be like, and now you've added another person to the resentment list. You're not as far along as I thought you were. So he's testing your fucking patience, dude.
Man, he's killing me, bro.
He's testing the patient with patience.
Yeah, he is. Patience. Yeah, that's exactly what he's
Yeah,
doing.
not
He's
P-A-T.
stringing me along. But by the way,
INTS.
he is a paid psychologist.
So he's
at
legit.
a mental health
Mm-hmm.
facility. So, I got the right one.
Yeah.
But that's this is all really good stuff. Like
No, dude, it actually interests the
there's-
fuck out of me.
It's times like this where I realize that like I have more. I have more than what a lot of people with money have.
Yeah, keep going.
Like-
Don't let this distract you. I'm
Sorry,
gonna put the
yeah.
mic right there.
Like
I don't know
there's
if it
people
picks
that
up
have
as
like
well.
millions of dollars, but yet
Yeah.
still they have never thought about like a way to heal from all the things that they've done to people. So therefore they can enjoy life and enjoy the money they have and whatnot.
Yeah.
Gratitude is basically just a way of
Stubbornness
staying, yes,
is the key.
Exactly. I mean,
Dropping
like,
that ego.
exactly. When you stop with the ego, like the ego is your projected self, it's your defense. Like that's what you created to like defend yourself. That's what you've needed. You know what I'm saying? To carry you through in moments is your ego.
Mm-hmm.
But then once you realize like you get rid of that, and you've been wasting this ego's been wasting a lot of time. Pretending to be something it's not, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So like that's when you really start to grow, and it's wild how like at the same time when you're growing spiritually and like your mindfulness of, you're also gonna grow like financially as well.
Yeah.
It's weird how these are interlinked. And you know, even if like you don't see the like progress like immediately, but like you know it is there. So
It's the long game.
so I've invested in like in like building my credit up and like just a lot of like,
Which
you
is
know,
awesome.
There's
Proud of you,
like
man.
thanks, appreciate that, man.
100%.
Like I went to like where Will at work told me to go, the Sound Factory the other day. I
Oh,
went there after work and he told me $800 for like just some average 6.5 door speakers and an aftermarket deck.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah. He's like, so when you want it? And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna get that. Like that's so. This is how things happen for me, man. Like like it's not important. Like I really look. You know, I'm a musician. I'm a producer, so I value like my sounds.
100%.
But like priority wise, like that's not. I'm not gonna drop anything near like that.
Yeah.
At all. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And like just several months ago, like I was like upset with Brandon for not knowing how like how much he valued his own speakers at. Like so like I was such a prick just 3 months ago. Like, you know what I mean? Like this it turned out to be a really good topic, didn't it?
Yeah.
And you know, it's like you know, like actually I probably should have him on my list.
Dude, you
from where I was like,
I wasn't gonna say anything, but I was hoping you'd write this down. Because we had a thing with that,
dude. It could have cost like the friendship because I was such a prick about it, man.
Dude, it bothered me because you were like, and other people were saying you're a prick too, and I'm just like, yeah, but like in what context? I'm like, we've been talking, and you're showing people just like, and it looks like I'm saying.
Oh,
and
I
also,
showed Will. I didn't mean to bring a third party in. That was a jab. I'm such a bitch.
No, no, it didn't have to be that way.
That was a jab.
But like I thought,
so sorry.
and that's one thing we didn't talk
now
about.
Now that I think about it, so this turns out this is a good conversation.
That's the beauty of it. Is like I was gonna give them these speakers. I don't know shit about speakers. I just happen to have these because they were like left.
I believe you now, but see, then I did not believe you. I thought you were trying to hustle me.
No,
dude,
like, and that could be bad omens from past backgrounds and shit like that can bleed over in some degree. It's not easy to get rid of over a night.
See, I did. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
When you're seeing this kind of thing. And, like, I'm looking at it like I Googled the shit, and I was like, I mean, I think this is, like, a roundabout price. And I'm even saying, like, my type of personality, I'm like, I would give them to you for cheaper, but, like, I'm in a fucking hole right now. I think I've talked about it on the podcast.
You know what?
So
I've even had tremendous guilt from thinking about, like, you know, like, he obviously needed a little bump right there.
Yeah.
You
and
know
that's
what I mean?
fine.
Like,
you could turn it down. And, like,
and
I don't
came
know what
back
I'm doing, man.
and so I offered, like, I extended the olive branch. And I'm like, yo, Brandon, like, I will go half on like a hookah with you because like, that's a whole nother. I don't even know if the audience knows about this, but I broke his hookah you see the hose,
and I didn't ask for it, and you even asked recently.
And he
like,
said,
I'll
"No,
go.
I'm not worried about it." Which I know he really is. When's your birthday again?
No, dude, it's fine. Like you didn't mean to do it on purpose.
It was
and that's the thing. Me not really understanding the situation. I still don't know if I'm right or wrong with that. I'm just going off of
I don't think it's right or wrong.
No, I'm talking about like in terms of like fair price and shit because I don't really know that shit. I'm just Googling what I see the asking price is for these speakers.
Like with American Pickers, like when they would go and they ask you, what do you want for this old rusty ass sign? And this guy's like, I want $1,000 for it because in his mind he values something.
Yeah.
And it's not important what the value is. It's the person that values that's what's important.
But what was fucked up about the text message thing is it was like, of course they're gonna look at it that way.
But you really didn't know. You were trying to come up with a frame.
Well, this is the step. It's not even like that. We've been talking about this off and on over and over again at work. So what I'm doing is I took what I had prior and I was like, here, how about you pay me in payments? I'm saying that genuinely.
I know.
I'm saying like,
and you said I know you were so cool about it too.
Yeah, you were asking about it, so I was like, it came out of nowhere in the text form. but it's something we talked about earlier, and we were like, I don't know if I want to pay that much for that. So I was like, hey man, how about we do it in payments? You don't even have to pay it at once, so we could do it like that, and then you can buy me the hookah.
Yeah.
So like us talking amongst each other, that's normal. But if you show a text message to somebody, it's just like, how about you pay me in payments?
I woke up to that.
Yeah.
I was like, it's drunk ass. He was.
So imagine if you're showing somebody just like, how about you pay me in payments and you buy my hookah? They look at it like that, like I'm coming strong.
Like, but that's what it looked like to me. Like, and you can, you can get my hookah now.
And that's what it's gonna look like to people. But if you know if you know our prior conversations,
this whole thing is like context of text messages. As opposed
it doesn't
to like,
come through.
Even like a phone conversation doesn't quite translate as an in person.
Yeah,
because in person you can see one's body language, their demeanor, their disposition, so on and so forth. But like through I took it completely wrong.
It's the carryover.
And you know what's funny is like it's the person. It's like however you are. However you view yourself is how you're gonna take it for others. Like so, like that just goes to show, like I'm a piece of shit.
No, you're not a piece of shit.
I'm a piece of shit,
I
think that everybody's out to get me.
It's
I think that I have trust issues.
Reason.
I have trust issues.
That's why I didn't hold it against you.
And you know, it's
but
funny,
I was upset too, and that's why I was saying, like, I was like, you want to feel that? I even told you, I was like, you want to feel that way? That's fucking fine. I was like, but I know.
So good.
I'm like, I know who I am, and I'm not losing sleep
so
over
much.
it.
But like, I give him all the respect. And he's got an amends coming, but like,
because I've came far in that regard on my own.
Honestly, don't get it twisted. This was not that big of a deal.
Yeah, it wasn't crazy.
I promise you, it's not that big of a deal. But to me, like, if I harbor any guilt for something I've done to someone, see, like, that's the whole object for me. Is like, I do not want to harm anyone from here on out.
And you're gonna make mistakes, and it's not because it's you; it's because we're human, and that's
right.
Gonna
but if I
happen,
fucking see the price of that, like candy bar, and I want it, and if I don't have the money for it, I'm not gonna get the candy bar instead of stealing it. And there's times where I was just like, man, I would steal a candy bar, or I would steal like a pair of glasses. I remember I would not pay for shades for shit. Like, I don't know why, or flowers. I felt like if I took your like my girl flowers for a long period of time, I would go snatch those from Kroger, because like flowers, like they grow, they're natural. I would make this some bullshit rational, and they're like overpriced. I don't want to pay that much for flowers. Man, and like,
you're in a different mind state at that
but
point.
now I understand, like,
there's different factors too. And like, I don't even know if I said this on the podcast. Like, I
didn't mean to like spill out into like a thief with the way your actions.
No, that's fine. Because I've been a thief. I was that at one point.
Well, there's like a thief that steals from like a corporation like Walmart or like Speedway or whatever. Like, and they'll justify it because of that reason. But still, like, you don't understand. It's the principle. It's like there's a price for something. You have to pay it. You know what I mean? Who are you to decide that you want to like get over on them? That's not your call. You know what I mean? Like,
no, dude. It has a lot to do with your background. It has a lot to do with who you're hanging out with.
I did it, man. And it's wild to look back and think about, like,
but it's all
what
about
a little
who you are now, and that's what you're learning through this. That's the program,
like that.
Dude.
Yes, it's the little things like that.
Because I think back on shit like that. Like, I'm so anti-thief for like 95% of my life. I had one moment, I was talking about this, I was like, Mom, I just came straight, I was like, I don't even know if you know this, but there's a short period of time where I was like breaking into houses. Like, I was doing that with my friends. I'm literally in there, and like, I wasn't even taking big shit necessarily. I'd be in there like taking DVDs and shit. Oh, yeah. Stupid shit. Dude, like that.
I was high all the time in people's like bathrooms, and I'm taking your fucking hygiene shit. Yeah, I'm taking your mouthwash and I didn't like deodorant. I ain't never seen this soap before.
Yeah, that looks nice. Like, is this the new version of Old Spice?
Can you imagine, like, that's Xannies, and meth, like,
yeah,
dude, like, what?
And I wasn't even on shit like that. I wish I had an excuse.
And it's funny, like he mentioned the word program, but like I keep anonymity about like what I do. Like that's why I said spiritual advisor. I don't put a label on anything. Like
Rodney just announced this shit. We just had our conversation with how he did me wrong, and then we went in full on thing like that. Like I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to kill you.
Yeah,
legitimately.
Right, and that's a valid. You know, what I'm saying that's valid of you. Like there's been some ones, like a best friend of mine. It's wild. I'm talking about this. I really need to make amends. I'm not there yet, but like I wronged him so bad, and I haven't talked to him since then. And I've had this
You're
happen.
a different person when you're on shit like that.
No, really, I would never have done. I would never have done this to him, man. But I was just in a really bad place.
But you're sitting there like I did, and that hurts.
Absolutely. So I had to take a look at it and tell someone about this. And there's gonna come a moment
Rodney too. Like it can be
that's
forgiven.
That's why you mentioned it, and it's like you, like I love that you can relate about it. You know what I'm saying?
Time. And
it does
he might
take
not
time.
forgive you either, but like you can get that off your chest.
He probably won't, dude.
Yeah,
he probably won't. And I know it's valid. I get it, but see, like I gotta clean up my side of the street, man.
Yeah, I had a moment where because we were doing carjacking, and then I was coming down with my gloves. We broke into a couple houses and shit. And as I was coming down with my gloves from this apartment, I hate to say this, my girl don't watch this. It's not like the biggest thing ever, but I'm like, dude, I got a bad bitch upstairs. There's a party going on right now. I could be getting laid, and I'm fucking going out to break into somebody's house. And why? Just because me and my buddies are doing it.
That's it.
Yeah, and I'm like, what am I doing? Like,
you don't need money. You don't need shit.
Yeah, I'm like, this ain't even me.
People that break in houses, they're hard up for something.
And I stopped doing that.
Like, and it dates back. Think about like way back in the day, like gangs in New York. Even when like she would like swiftly act like a servant to rob you. Like people have been breaking in people's places for so long. Even like for whatever reason, usually because they're hard up. So it just goes to show like how strong like peers are, like your friends are, man. Like you see them doing some shit. I've done it too. Like I really tattoos. I wouldn't have got a tattoo if I wasn't in a tattoo parlor with my friends. Dude. You know what I'm saying? Like
and that's how I was able to step away. I was always that guy. I was like, man, I don't go with the pack. I was the guy. I know I'm smoking this, but I was like, how people are smoking cigarettes or passing around like you. I'm like, no. I drink alcohol now, but back in the day, alcohol, no. And I kind of sat there, I'm like, I've never ran with the pack. This ain't my thing. This ain't who I am. I'm going to go back upstairs. And then a couple months later, all those friends got busted for breaking into GameStop. It's really good and they should have went to jail.
That you had the
and
sense,
they didn't. It's the money. I do a lot of self-reflecting my whole life.
See, like, I'm also like, I don't follow... I'm saying trends anymore. But it took me a lot of like. See, I've learned everything by experience. Tell me the flame's hot, but I want to see what that's like.
Yeah,
let me see what. Let me feel what that heat's like.
Let me feel that though.
That's how I am, and I'm
You're
always.
Like, God damn, that is hot.
Unfortunately,
wow.
that's like really like that. I'm always gonna be like that. Now I just have a quicker sense to analyze the situation before I get in it.
Yeah.
Like I see things. I see trouble. We all know right from wrong, man. It's just like when you're high, yes, the senses are they're dulled and your judgment is all like clouded, but we all know right from wrong, man. That's
at the end of the day.
At the end of the day.
We do. That was happening to me, and I'm
so glad that we mended our differences. Looking back, it sounds like a bunch of like, you know what I'm saying, someone would say it's just a bunch of like, women drama. Like it was basically what it sounds like for men. Some men drama.
Yeah, basically. And it's fine.
And I'm not above that shit either. I'm not above that.
I was still through all that, and I'm like, that's his situation.
It was me. It was all on me.
Like if he wants to think it that way, it's on him. I'm not gonna change who I am.
It was all on me.
And that includes changing the way I
am
around
he gave me my dignity to let me continue without like a proper like amends or apology, but we'll get there.
No,
we'll get there. He's a fucking solid dude. I love this guy.
It's not a big deal.
Love this guy for real.
It's not a big deal at all, man.
Facts.
Because at the end of the day, like I said, I'm gonna be me, and that includes like I still like you for who you are and who you are as a person. I see the spiritual journey you're on, and that's fine. And I recognize things like that, where if you're in sketchy situations, you come up on more sketchy people. So even if
That's true.
you're with people now that might not feel that way, you're still gonna have those alarms. I even have those with you in a way, which sounds fucking crazy. But I've been around people, a lot of people are on drugs and they're clean for a while, and then something slips. But every once in a while, I gotta read it, and I gotta be like, at the end of the day, people are people. And I got to bet on something at some point.
Yes.
I can't just
I get
cast everyone
you
away.
Can't, yes.
I can't just
Thank
like,
you for
oh,
that.
yeah, you're
Thank
on
you for
drugs.
that.
Yeah, you might get burned
Once
a few
bitten,
times.
twice shy. Yeah.
And I've been that guy, and I've been burned. I've stepped away. But once in a blue moon, I'm like, this feels different.
Basically, what you're saying is you want to give people the benefit of the doubt. Like,
a lot of the time. I've been burned, and I've not done that too.
Well, humanity needs that, honestly.
Yeah,
because
I pick my spots.
People do change, man, and it's as hard as it is to like see that. They do. Change.
It's rare, but it
is rare.
Happens.
But we love a comeback story, don't we?
Yeah, and there's a reason those exist.
One of the main reasons I did this shit was to prove everybody fucking wrong.
Yeah.
That was one of the biggest influences at the beginning. Let's talk about revenge. How much of a motivating, driving, or redemption.
And was that even necessarily a driving force, technically, or it became something? Because I've done that with certain things. Like, I've never been big on drugs. I'm not
a vindictive or like a revengeful or
yeah.
But I do like to seek redemption.
But there is something to this.
There's something huge about seeking redemption. Actually,
there is. It's great. But there is something, too, where you might not even be that into that topic, but you're like, I can see that as an outlet, so I'm putting all my chips in. And I see that as my best outlet. Yeah, like I do that sometimes where I'm like, man, I feel like I should be into this version of this even more to prevail me from the situation. But even though I'm not fully into it, I'm kind of half in, half out. I'm about to put all my chips in on this and make myself believe I'm that into it. Because if I can get to that point, I know that can take me out of it. And sometimes you got to fake it till you make it, till you believe it.
That's what it sounds
and
like.
then you can fucking roll with that. And then later on, you might even have a moment you're like, damn, I really never cared.
That's not me, yeah.
Yeah, and that's not me, but I needed to be that guy for this stint.
Totally
in
get
order
that.
To get out.
I get it.
Yeah, I've done that with shit, man. 100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a whole fucking thing, dude. I had that shit go on when I was doing my stupid shit. Like I said, I've never really done drugs. I'm a beer and hookah guy. I don't even smoke weed. A lot of people do. No fucking hate on that for the people that do. But used to a whole lot. Not so much anymore. That's another spiritual journey. That's another spiritual journey I had.
And by the way,
I was like, I can't do this
I wanted to
more.
mention this on air, by the way. And like, if the Crime Dog McGruff, I grew up with the Dare era, drugs are, so just say no, all that.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, man, if they would have told me, kids, don't do drugs because it fucks your stomach up.
Keep talking. I'm listening.
And your insides. Like, if they told me that, I might have listened, man, because like I have like horrible stomach problems because of all the. Can I speak freely? Because all the goddamn dope I've done, it's just fucked my stomach up, man. And like I say stomach, I mean everything that goes along with that. You know what I'm saying? Like if they would have mentioned that way back then, hey kids, don't do this because it's gonna ruin your insides. Like maybe like.
Yeah.
Oh, they're talking about your mind. They want to crack an egg and say it's your mind. Well, man, I don't know. Like I'm still thumping here. My mind's still working somehow.
Oh yeah, dude, your mind's working good.
It's not bad. But
you do that good with movies and shit. I watch movies all the time, but like something like Faster, I've probably seen it as much as you.
But
you remember like little details. Maybe
I do
better
remember,
than me over time.
I do. I have a photographic memory.
Guy. Yeah.
I have a great memory, man. But like. One thing I'm upset about is that Brandon caught me dozing off in this amazing
Northman movie. Yeah, I totally did.
It's like he caught me. I was like, damn it.
It's the recliner. They had the recliner.
Like it was what woke me up was the startleness of the crowd when he was kissing his mother.
And they were like, oh, hey, what's happening? Oh, are they making out? What's going on? Yeah.
It was wild because the crowd was not. They were pretty surprised about that.
Yeah, I would be too. They're like, oh, they're going Game of Thrones.
They woke me up, man. They woke me up. But
Woke
yeah,
culture.
I couldn't believe I dozed off in that. That's been my life. Like that's been my life in
He's
my
like,
older,
now
like
I'm just,
41.
yeah, he's like, I'm just an older man.
Right,
I
like
just
he
fall asleep.
messaged me like to like just kind of like
Yeah.
reel in some things for the show, and like I was out, like it was early as hell. It was like a Saturday, Friday, like I don't know,
Whatever day it was.
whatever day it was.
It all blends together, man. It's all the same. I had a couple dumb things.
What you got?
I was talking to you about the heated seats, dude. I told that story. That shit fucked me up, dude. I actually found it is this one because I found the button. I was like, oh, it is this one that had the heated seats. I was telling you about. So you already heard this, but yeah, that freaked me the fuck out one time because I'm not used to going to like Cinemark. We always go to AMC, and they got the reclining seats. You know, so
Yeah,
that's
I
partly.
like the one out there in Tucker Station. That was the nicest little seats, man.
Yeah, but that's why you're falling asleep is because of that shit. And the first time, like, I went there, or like, I shouldn't say, I've been there a bunch.
I was in recline mode.
Yeah, I've been there a bunch, but this is like the first time I went there since they added the reclining seats and shit, and they had the heated seats. I remember when I went there for like that first time when they had those new renovations or whatever you want to call them with the new seats and shit. I remember being halfway through the movie, and I guess I like leaned over real quick to like this, and I kicked on the heated seat.
Everybody's instantly kicked on.
Yeah, and I remember just being like I have like full on anxiety. I was probably high at this time.
He had multiple sclerosis.
Yeah, because I like you know I'm smoking weed at this time, so I'm high like that high, and I kick it on, and I'm just sitting there. I'm starting to panic. Like I'm sitting there. I'm like, is it fucking hot in here? Like I'm like looking around and shit. No one else is acting weird. I'm not actually asking that out loud. And I'm over here just like, dude, like my ass, like man, it is. It's mainly in my ass, isn't it? I'm over here. I'm like, am I getting like full on colon cancer right now in this movie? Like, what is happening right now? Like, this is not right. I'm like, my ass is sweating. It's fucking picking up, and I'm freaking the fuck out. Like, I almost had to, like, I'm like, I need to walk out of here, but I don't like walking out of movies. And the whole time, I'm like, I'm in trouble. There's something wrong. I'm sweating. Because it's like middle of summer when I'm seeing this movie. My ass is hot. And I was like, and it's all going to my ass. Like, what could this be? Like, I'm freaking the fuck out.
Yeah.
And then, like, afterwards, I get up, and there's this flashing light. And I'm just like,
they're
fucking heated seats.
Thank
bro.
God,
like,
I'm okay.
Freaking
Thank
the
God.
fuck out
You
in the
know,
moment. So
look,
stupid, dude.
Just that reminds me that Drake's producer 40, Ali 40, he found out he had multiple sclerosis like that.
What? From heated seats?
No, he fell asleep on a like a vent. Like he had his like his foot. He was making this guy is one of my favorite producers, by the way. He makes beats constantly, and that's why you hear like Drake in a song. He'd be like, 40, we're up every night, late night. Don't want to get him sicker. That's my he don't want to get him sicker because like he fell asleep with his foot on the vent. He woke up. His leg was so hot it felt like it was like on fire, like he was in like a had the heated seats on, and then he said it wouldn't stop, and then it like stayed like that and got worse, and that's when he figured out. He took it to doctor, investigated, but whatever. Yeah,
what?
Interesting. Yeah. So
from that
MS comes on. It feels like your like legs like you left it on a heat
on fire.
Yeah,
see,
like,
I thought my ass had MS at this point, dude.
Same. I feel like I've sat down on my ass all
like
damn
I legitimately
day.
was like trying to look at people's faces, like, is anybody else fucking feeling this right now? My ass is on fire,
dude. And
I'm looking at everybody, and they're just like locked in the movie. I'm like, it's a me thing. It's a me thing. Like,
this winter is the first time I've ever engaged my heated seats in the car. First time in my life.
I might have heating seats and don't even know.
I had them in the Lincoln. I didn't use them, but in the Kia did. Anyway, but
dude, they're nice.
They're nice.
When you're cold, they're nice, but when you're hot and you don't know they're coming on and you're just sweating, you're like, there's something wrong.
It's not good.
Not at all. All right, man. Well, I think it's Monday Mayhem. Talk about some serious shit. We talk about some stupid shit at the end with the heated seats. I have one more topic. I'm gonna save that to next week.
I like it. It was very in the moment.
In the moment. Yeah, you just hit that red button. I get it.
Oh.